I made rain check. Let's go.
Yet again, another beat. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, started with this first guitar melody. I layered 3 of them together. This is the first one. What the fuck is on it? Something's throwing it. That explains a lot more than it should, but it does. So that's the first one. Then the second guitar melody sounds like this. Okay, third one. So then magically all together, it somehow sounds like this. So that's the guitar melody in the beginning. And that's how it is in the hook. So the next part of it was this counter melody. It sounds like this. Next thing is these background vocals I made June 25th, 2021. So that's deadass almost 3 years ago. Trust me, I put as much autotune as I could to make it sound good. Looking back, I really could not sing that well. Never mind that. Here, this percussion loop. Another one. Yep, that's the whole hook. So the hook sounds like this. After that, it just goes to the verse where I have, where the fuck is it? I made this like saw pad. It sounds like this. Basically, I did that and then I added like a little glitch effect on it. And then I ended up getting this little main melody. Same counter melodies before, 808s. Clap. Hi-hats. Rim snare. A kick. So including everything I just mentioned, but what the fuck? Okay, including everything I mentioned before and this kick I just mentioned now, it sounds like this. Why is it lagging so hard? And then at the very end, it's like a little drum fill, but instead of a drum fill, I called it a pixel fill back in the day. It sounds like this. Next part, we're using an LFO, which is something I talked about in a previous video. If you want to check out that video about LFOs, check it out in the link description below. Yeah, using an LFO plugin. I forgot which one it was, but I used that to make the same pad before in the verse sound like this. Then different hi-hats. Percussion. Snare. Growl bass. Mid-frequency bass with the same melody. Little ambiance to it. Just to help fill in the space, because it sounded kind of like too fucking raw! Oh yeah, this lead sound. I promise you, together with everything else, it does sound decent. This always happens with my beats. I swear, it's just like separated. It always sounds weird as hell, but then together, it sounds perfectly fine. It sounds good together, but by itself, it's like, what the fuck did I just do? Anyways, together, everything just mentioned sounds like this. Okay, let me just see if there was any like plugins I really put on any of the other sounds. I don't think so. It's either just like little soft clippings or little compression stuff just to make shit hit harder. That's legit all it is. Background vocals, I just make sure to add a lot of reverb and make it like sound extra wide. That's all. Second verse. First part's the same as this little trap part I showed here. Then the next part is what's unique, I guess, a little quirky about it. The growl bass from mentioned from before, mid-frequency bass mentioned from before, lead mentioned from before, but now we got violins added to this current patch. So yeah, everything I just mentioned sounds like this. This was like, this song for sure was heavy on the arrangement, like insanely hard.
Hey, yo.
Like I brought so many different elements from different parts together just because basically it sounded good. So I'm like, okay. Next part, I finally like add something different instead of reusing like other shit from other parts. Just boom bap drums, so it has this like hi-hats. And it has a kick that sounds like this. Snare that sounds like this. So then together they sound like this. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the whole time, like that pad, that main melody from before. Yeah, so in combination with the boom bap drums, that pad, the violins, the same ambience as before, you make this sound. I would say like the biggest part of this whole thing is this next one. Basically, I just layered on like anything I could to make it sound really like this very like big like orchestra playing it. Yeah, so that's why there's like violins. It's the same ones before, but then flutes. I don't get that third chord, but I like it anyway. So yeah, those two. At the ambience again, just to overall fill the space. That's the whole reason why it's there. I know I mentioned that before, but yeah, it always helps. That's a little thing you can do in your beats. Like just put it like a little bit quieter and just have it there. Helps a lot with making vibes, which makes people like feel emotions, and that makes your song pop off most of the time. So the mid-frequency bass, glitchy pad, growl bass, and the previous elements I just mentioned sounds like this. Then we add the two percussion loops from before. Oh, and the lead. This whole point was to build suspense, for it to really like die down at the hook, which is just as simple as this. I think that all this stuff is really sound effects and vocals, really. So sound effects. Should we count it down? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, riser. Impact. Legend of Zelda Hyrule, like sound effect. Reverse symbol. Another reverse symbol. Riser. Another riser. Crash. Reverse symbol. Yeah, other than that, that's just everything else just gets reused at certain parts just to show like, oh, okay, it's going from the verse to this. Oh, it's going from the pre-chorus to the chorus. That's all I use the sound effects for anyway. Yeah, that's it for sound effects. There was very little on this track. This did its job. There's something like unique, I guess I did with the sound effects, where in the verse, I made it so it had a riser and then it had a riser next to it. The riser, and then it just led to the Hyrule effect. The Legend of Zelda, the Legends of Zelda sound effect. I just thought it sounded cool, so I did it. Yeah, so all this stuff is vocals. I did nothing special with the vocals other than I just played around with reverb a lot, because I know for some places more reverb was just more fitting than in other places. That's all. This was one of the more simplistic beats, even though it seems like it jumps around all over the place. So some of the vocals, here you go. The more the days go by, it takes a toll. I tried everything to soothe my soul. Don't know why I feel this way. Wishing the rainy day would wash my fears away. So I was just very entranced by the vocals because I enjoyed them. And on one thing I figured out near the end of the process, or like while posting like promo about it, if you didn't know, I post promo about it on my TikTok, my IG, link in the description for that. I realized like I got like a comment talked about like how like there should be more autotune. I learned that like basically learned how to mess with autotune more so it actually sounds nice. So that's why I was just proud of hearing that. That's why I was obsessed with it. So now we got the ad-libs. Is there any specific ones that I remember? That was a bit zesty for me. The harmonies go so hard. No, I have to show this real quick. Some of the harmonies at certain spots go crazy. This is one of them. I cannot just fade away. Seems I forgot. Like that, bro. That's just one of them. I think there's only 2 spots where that happens. My worries clinging on to me. There's no time to sleep. There's parts like that. They're just so good. At this point, I'm just glazing my own song, but it's my own song. Of course I'm gonna glaze the fuck. What is he talking about? Oh, yeah, near the end, I just made it so it like really widened out, and then all of a sudden just like closed back in. I did that with the vocals too. I made the vocals a lot more quiet. The last missing piece, but the more that takes go by, it takes a toll. So that's gonna be it for the video. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you like, subscribe, all that. Go crazy, haha, go stupid. See you guys in the next one. Peace. The walls are coming close, but no before. Never say it out loud.